my other camera cut off, but I'm like, you think I'm finna go through him to see you? Girl, absolutely not. When God left, you know what I'm saying? When God allowed for him to leave you in my care, I took care of you. I tended to you, it might not have been in ways that other people wanted to see it done, but I tended to my child. So I don't deserve that. And I definitely don't deserve another male trying to so-called step in and think he can make that type of decision or whatever for my child to be out my household. But for one, because he so easily can be away from his own kids by his choice or by whatever pressures he feels put on him. So, I just told her straight like that, like, girl, I'm not finna ask her that. But it's times where I feel like, damn, what is going on? I want to see my child. But when I did call him and reach out to him, he was like, what are you calling me for? And I'm like, well, dang, I ain't never think we was cool because I don't like him. I always let him know that I didn't like him. But I didn't know you was trying, you want to make yourself feel good based off of that. I'm calling you to encourage my child to, what I'm saying, continue to show up where she, again, truly resides at. And again, physically haven't been here, but truly resides at or whatever. But yeah, I see you still childish and you still, basically, you're bitter or whatever. So at that point, I was just like, you know what? She's old enough, she can voice when she wants to come around and this, that, and the third. And, I feel like, yeah, she just getting her whatever, um, like the things that I don't allow her to do here. She feel like she got more freedom and stuff like that to do it there. Um, I had boundaries and stuff for a reason. I am so upset that I cannot log onto YouTube on here. But I had boundaries and stuff for a reason. And with him, I'm not saying that it's no boundaries, but he didn't know why I was implementing what I was implementing, like, having my kids do what I had them doing here. So, um, yeah, I just, like I say, I feel a type of way. I wish this would stop putting this up here. I just want to go to youtube.com, not nothing restricted. I ain't said nothing about no YouTube kids. Like, stop with the madness. It just keeps triggering me back to something else. Like, stop. Ain't nobody said nothing about no kids. But yeah, so and it does play with my feelings and stuff, but it doesn't really penetrate me like you really gonna have me in my feelings like that. I really don't care nothing about him like that, and definitely don't care about his so-called mom and whoever else is so-called connected to him for you to even have me feeling no type of way. Now, I did with my boys' so-called dad. Like, I was in my feelings like, what? You really letting somebody do certain stuff to me? You really will bring a third party and try to tamper with me and stuff? Okay, well, okay, I'll let you have that one. You didn't want to do I'm looking at Roblox. You didn't want to do what was proper and good with my feelings. That's not good for you then. But okay, moving along. And I mean, like, I feel like I gave him every opportunity, so much more than every opportunity. And then even my daughter's so-called dad, when we were younger, I gave him a few opportunities. I didn't give him, I feel like, as much as what I gave my boys' so-called dad. And this is the thing, they knew each other from school. They didn't hang together that I knew of or anything like that. And even while I was around my daughter's dad the whole time, he was never around. So just because y'all knew each other, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't doing nothing trifling and going, because he mentioned one time, I know him, I know who. Okay, well, that's good. That's good for you. But I'm not the trifling type to go and try to mess around with your friends and this, that, and the third, whatever, whatever. So I just feel like, of course, he looked up to dude in a sense, and maybe something happened between him in school where dude wasn't paying him no mind. And sometimes it just be like that. Like, I'm not even thinking about you. I'm not even knowing you exist, but it's not really on purpose. It's just, so I don't know. That's what I'm thinking or whatever. Maybe he looked up to him and or something, or if something may have happened between them or something like that, maybe it'll come out. But they kind of, when I got in the middle, they kind of like took it up with me, like, okay, but now we got children with the same woman, so at one point in time I thought, hey, we got to make it work. But oftentimes I thought, y'all being childish as hell. And I didn't never think that they would just go to extremes. I just thought that they would, okay, we don't like each other or whatever, and we got children with the same girl, and that's that. But nah, they went to some extremes to like show, and I think it's more so my daughter's so-called dad. He went to more extremes to try to show that he didn't like dude. Okay, well, whatever. And I'm like, what did the dude do to you? But at the same time, I'm not questioning it directly to him because I just don't deal with him. But I'm like, what did he do? What did somebody do to you or whatever? And then so just the fact that my boy's so-called dad just didn't handle it. He handled it, of course, like a coward to me. But he also I like the fact that he wasn't trying to be confrontational to him or whatever. But I don't like the fact that you wouldn't stand up to him. Who cares what he got going on? He probably, my daughter's so-called dad, he probably do got certain connection to people, but a lot of them people don't even be liking him like he think they do. Like he really, they like seem to ride for him in his face or something like that, but then they really do not fool with him like that. And I just be like, boy, but feel like my boy's so-called dad must have felt like, oh, because he even said it. He was like, oh, you got shooters, I got shooters too. And I'm like, well, I don't got no damn shooters on nothing. What are you talking about? Okay, so then I had to realize, okay, maybe I'm connected to somebody that got these shooters and this, that, and the third. And if I got shooters, baby, I do not know who they are, where they at, whatever. Cause baby, I would have been done pulled out the R. Just being out of stupidity because somebody done pissed me off about something, and it's got to be deep. It can't just be something, small. But baby, you ready? You ready to die? Because if I got shooters, where they at? Nikki said, "My Nina, she a rider." Baby, I'm more prone to get you myself than to be calling somebody to help me with some madness that I linked up. But anyway, that's a whole another story. But I guess he felt a type of fear or something like that. And I'm like, wait, what? Because I ain't never been scared of none of the females that y'all be around. Now, once the boys' so-called dad moved on with, or I say moved on, but moved in with this other, because he known for moving in with somebody. That's why I was like, oh baby, she ready to, she ready to have somebody die about that, or she ready to die about that. I'm not on what she on, so that doesn't mean that person love you. That means that person like trying to possess you and control you a lot of times, but maybe he felt love somewhere in there, so he remained or whatever, and ain't been back since. Sometimes I be like wanting to think, oh, maybe it's a sense of protection that he know. Oh, he realized I got linked up with somebody that is dangerous as I don't know what, and everybody's at risk. People who don't agree with this person is at risk, and he know. Oh, I know the boys' mom not gonna agree with her. Absolutely not. I'm not, and I ain't, and I won't. And yeah, she showed me when I went up there what she was pretty much about. She was on go. She had been talking this, like I said, kindness type stuff. I don't do them fake words and stuff. And then yeah, she was ready to attack. And so baby, and I'm speaking of him, I can't stand him. That one that just rolled by. But yeah, and I hope he keep on pushing it. Push right on through. But she showed me, and maybe he didn't notice about her or whatever. I don't know. Well, maybe he knew it about her and didn't give a damn. Still said I'm gonna take the risk anyway. But I had talked to him a lot of times about, please do not get caught up in stuff like this. Please don't. Like I literally almost begged him, like, please don't do it. Please let's just do it right. Please let's just whatever. Nope. And I just knew some part of him was just gonna say, okay, man, let me give her a chance. Because he was saying there's hope and this, that, and the third, honey. Before I knew it, he was out the door. So I'm like, okay, well, what Juvenile say? That outside keep them sick like. So when you become that outside, I'm not trying to interact with you on that level. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't know what's going on with y'all, you know what I'm saying? So And honestly, dude had already told me, he was like, I had a HIV scare. He told me this a long time ago. So that means you already out here doing risky stuff. Been out here. My so-called daughter's dad came and told me one time, oh, that girl who you messing with or whatever, she nasty. So you might want to be, he acted like he had a sense of care and concern. But a lot of times, sometimes I feel like he wanted to see how I'm going to react or respond. Other times, I don't know what was his intentions for telling me. Are you really concerned? Or do you just want to see me somewhere sour and sick or whatever, or worse? So I couldn't really tell, so I just left it at that. And at this point, I'm not trying to tell him just because you showing your true colors of like, oh yeah, I want her to. He's called me, you a sick bitch and this and they're speaking certain stuff. When he said that out his mouth, my daughter ended up getting COVID and stuff like that. Like, you need to watch your mouth, but okay. For one, because you're not me. When I speak stuff, it's pretty much gonna come back on you, because God knows that I'm holding you accountable. When you speak something, it's gonna try to show up elsewhere, and that's why I just left it alone, because I don't want him calling me certain stuff and then it's showing up with my daughter. I'd rather it definitely show up with his own mammy, and his mama got COVID too, but I'd rather it show up with her than to try to show up in my daughter, like, because you want to open your mouth on me and you speaking something or you mislabeling me, and then now it's showing up in our child. You must be out your mind. So I just continue to, if that's the case, let him be out his damn mind. I just don't want him to be so out of his damn mind that he flip on my daughter, or flip on her, or just snap on her, anything like that. Because my daughter looks like me. I know she reminds me of him every day. That's another thing. He tried to hold on to a piece of me. She looks like me. Baby, I seen that my daughter looked like her daddy. But honey, I'm not trying to hold on to you. I'm holding on to her as an individual and wanting her to grow in her individuality and who God designed her and created her to be. But anyway, don't stop me from thinking about my daughter, and I miss her, and I just wish that she would walk. I want to wish. I said I wasn't wishing this year, but I have hopes that she will just walk up or something. I'd say walk up, but give me some indication that you're coming, girl. But let me know. I keep seeing pictures and stuff, of course, around the house of me and my child, but I'm just like, man. And really, I was sitting it wasn't a judgment seat, but it was a seat of like, it was authority, and I'm just letting it be known, like, I'm not y'all. I'm not like y'all. I'm not finna end up like y'all or whatever. But honey, I ain't end up like nobody. But them tables did turn to where my daughter was here with me. I felt secure. I felt mostly secure, should I say? And then now she's not. It's like, what? How did that happen? And then she even said out her mouth, she was like, Mom, you get into it with somebody sometimes, and then next thing you know, they gone. They in another town, or they. I said, heck yeah. Like, who run it? No, I'm just playing. I don't run that. I don't run nothing. I don't even run my mouth. I talk a lot, but I don't try to run my mouth. But God runs it. God owns it. These streets that we looking at, this stuff, just, even though it was paved or whatever, by man-made machines, God did this. Like, these trees that's growing up out of this ground and stuff like that, God did that. It's trees that's been here longer for hundreds of years, and before us. Now, somebody could have planted, or the seeds just spread, and they spread where they want to, and God laid the foundations of this earth. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And so that's who it belongs to. And so that's who I submit to. And a lot of people just didn't understand that or whatever. Like, really, who she rocking with? I don't submit to this whatever y'all submitting to and conform to that. And so to reach me, you really do have to come to a high place. Like, I'm in a high place, and I'm not, not the dark rulers in high places, the principalities and stuff like that, but I try to stay in a high place. So, with that said, that's what I've been on. And that's what I've been on, and that's what I'm feeling right now. It's my daughter. Like, I'm gonna go out here probably and get in my jacuzzi, or at least look around at it and stuff, because the wind is not blowing so hard today. And I'm still gonna talk to God and just hope for the fullness. I mean, I'm not gonna say that last breakthrough wasn't a full breakthrough. It was. but just fullness of breakthrough. Like when I went to her school that time, I wasn't even asking God for a breakthrough, but He aligned me with the vehicle that she was in, and I got out and I was able to lay eyes on my daughter. It's probably gonna make me cry because I was able to lay eyes on my daughter, hug my daughter. She hugged her brothers. And then she just made an executive decision not to come down for me, whatever was empowering her felt, I feel like the material stuff, the phones, this, that, and the third, but it could very well be that she was just like, Mom, I'm old enough to make a certain decision, and I just decided that this is a better place for me as far as being with her dad or whatever the case may be. And even though I still do not see it like that, because you really are supposed to be interacting with your mom, with both of your parents, of course, which is, but that's how I'm feeling. And I'm gonna choose to respect my kids, and that's just period. If I don't respect nobody else, which I try to respect people, and God ain't even a respecter of persons, I give respect to my children because I be wanting them to respect me. I definitely want them to honor me. I just don't want to disrespect them so they can, feel like they got any reason to disrespect me or anything like that. And my daughter was lingering on the lines of disrespect because she kept hanging up in my face when I wasn't done talking to her. And when I seen her doing that, I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to cause my daughter. Instead of me just complaining and hollering foul, like, oh, you disrespected me, because I'm in my feelings or whatever, I'm not going to even keep on letting it be that you will. Because she kept saying, Mom, I'm not trying to disrespect you. And so I'm like, I'm going to help you, baby. I'm going to help you not disrespect me, and I'm going to just leave it alone. I want to say leave well enough alone, but I want to just leave it, let it be, and I leave it in God's hands and trust him with it. But I miss my child. I don't want nothing to do with his so-called mom. I want her to go on about her damn business. Like, leave me alone. Stop trying to bother with me because I don't want to be her friend or anything like that. I have tried to before, but she was not seeing things my way. I wasn't seeing things her so-called way. And that was just that. I couldn't agree with her, so I'm not, I don't even have no respect for her. Because if you can be a female that participates and tells my daughter, I don't want to do this, but I'm scared I'm not going to see you. That lets me know your own fear or whatever of whatever you got that you supposed to endure, especially as a grown woman or whatever. And then you got other issues that's, I'm not saying my daughter's definitely important, but you got other stuff that's not even cleared up. You got stuff with your so-called baby daddy. You got other stuff that you need to deal with within yourself. But you trying to jump right to using my daughter to help soothe you. And you basically trying to make it look like you helping your son to keep my daughter. You tell my daughter you're keeping her away. That's like, again, some form of like legal quote unquote legal hostage. It just pissed me off under the guise of you supposed to be bloodline. Pissed me off. It's not that, kids ain't supposed to interact with they bloodline, they family. They are, but the way it was done, it was so disorderly. So honestly, I feel like you need to wait your turn. And, evidently to me, it wasn't their turn, but they just went on and took. So it is what it is, and I just left it at that. I just didn't want now this is crazy. I'm looking at something on YouTube. It's really upsetting me, but because I don't know if somebody reported my son's account or whatever on YouTube where he was able to upload videos, and I had just uploaded some videos and stuff there. So, but yeah. So I don't want nothing to do with them. Her so-called dad, I don't want to be around him or see him either, but I would definitely settle for having to be around him, even though he's dangerous. He's definitely trying to be a threat to me, potentially my kids. I won't say directly my kids because I feel like he know better than that, but he might not. But definitely puts a high risk threat to me as far as I'm concerned. And but his mama is like a so-called mastermind who gets him riled up to be a threat to somebody. And that's why I'm like, girl, I don't want no parts of you. I don't care if you die or live, but I don't want to be around you. I'm glad if I never have to see you again, ever again in my life. I want to be a part of my daughter's life without you trying to interfere. Like I just go on about your business. Because your interference, you be so messy. Even my own so-called mom, like, stop interfering in a messy way. Stay in your place, stay in your lane. I've done that with mine. He have not done that with his so-called mom. Well, I don't know. He might have now, but I have my doubts because I don't see it. But yeah, I just want my daughter, and I stay home, but I want her here with us, interacting with us. We're family, and so that's what I'm on. But anyway, let me upload this other video before I get ready to upload this one. But it's a nice day, so like I said, I'm gonna go out and just enjoy and hope nobody ain't. Well, they watch me, honey, but I don't even be on it like that. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I stay ready now. Don't 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 ever get it twisted. I like this little card that's in the past, but I love the color, the like pastel color. That's so pretty. So pretty. But yeah, I'm gone. Be back in a few. Probably when I get in my this person I used to know called it a jacuzzi. I'm gonna go get in my jacuzzi. It was so funny. But anyway.